Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are around the world. My name is Sifu Bryan. I'm an overprime mental conflict teacher with 30 years experience. It is the 18th of October 2020. Let's get straight to my quote. It is the first responsibility of every citizen to question authority. Benjamin Franklin, most definitely. It is our responsibility to question authority and to hold them accountable for their actions. And one of the things I've been looking on is this report that came out by NHS England, and it says 2 million waiting 18 weeks for treatment or surgery. Cancer checkups. NHS England says that 4.2 million are on the waiting list for routine treatment. Nearly half have waited more than 18 weeks. Over 100,000 have waited longer than a year, the highest number in 12 years. I think that's disgusting. And that is because of these lockdowns and putting all the resources into COVID. And they say that their response has to be reasonable and proportionate. This is not reasonable and proportionate because, as we know, their diet predictions was that 500,000 people die in the UK and a million people die in the States from Neil Ferguson and so forth. And he's got a history of getting things wrong, you know. And now they're saying again, using the same hymn sheet about cases, and cases are like people that are healthy, they're not ill, and they're using this as a second motive to do another lockdown, which I think is criminal, you know. Also in these hospitals, they said that anyone that needed resuscitation from this, they're not to be resuscitated. I would love to know who gave that order. Was it Matt Hancock? Yeah, and I was checking his qualifications. He's got qualifications in what is it now, in economics and philosophy. Theology. Was it philosophy? Theology. Uh, Yeah, philosophy. I could just about say the word philology, you know what I mean. But basically, he's been using that well because he's been using fear on people. So he's used that part of his degree very, very well. Economics, well, we've always said that their purpose was to destroy the self-employed for the deep state. But there you go. So I think that person who gave that order should be tried for crimes against humanity. If I had an old person in a care home, I would not be happy. Seriously would not be happy. We're supposed to be a caring nation. They're going on like they care for the elders. To me, they've killed the elders and need to be held accountable. Now, another thing that, let's go back to this quote, it is the first responsibility of every citizen to question authority. And it is, we should question, we should not give them a free run or a free ticket, because look where that's gotten us. It's gotten us into this problem where they've been creating laws like it's out of fashion. 3,000 laws since Boris has been in power. 3,000 laws, and we know it's not for our benefits. Let's see, what else have we found out? Oh yes. Let's go for some positives. So, I mean, well, it's a mixture anyway. What they're saying here is that the average age of people died of COVID is over 80 years. But Whitty is saying that lockdowns could get tougher. He's not confident that tier 3 is going to be enough. Now, the same guy that said we should be facing 50,000 cases, Whitty, by Tuesday, that's a Tuesday gone, that's not been the case. UK, Spain, Netherlands, Switzerland, deaths have flattened, has fallen. So his prediction, even though he said it's not a prediction, but it was a prediction, once again didn't come true. But they are putting fear out into the public all the time to get through what they want to get through, take away power from the public, from the people, give them more power. And they will not release that power so easily either. So yeah. Now, statistics came out for the real deaths in the UK for COVID from the CDC. And what they said was 1,400 are the official figures in the UK for deaths of COVID, that they died of nothing else but COVID. This is what they are saying, 1,400. Check it out. Don't believe me, please. Go and check it out yourselves. They say the average age that died was 88 years old. But for the first 6 months of this year, what it's saying here that no one died of old age. No one died of old age. You know? And you can look at their graphs. No one died of old age. So to me, that's corrupt and abuse of power. And again, I go back to the quote, it is the first responsibility of every citizen to question authority. I question that. No one for the first 6 months died of old age. And they've been throwing up this figure of 41,000 that have died in the media, the puppets of the government. I question that. And a lot of people are questioning it and all. And also, the World Health Organization, who I don't agree with, but they actually said, they did another U-turn. They said that lockdowns are, it's not healthy. It's not, that they don't agree now with lockdowns. But yet our government is going against the WHO. It's the only time I'll agree with them. People say I'm being a hypocrite because it's what I want to hear. But at the end of the day, you know, you take in different information from different parts of the world, and that's what I've been doing, and you take it within, and if it correlates with, if it feels true together with the evidence, then you're not far off. You're not far off. And again, what have we got here? Oh yes, Simon Dolan, a businessman, is taken the UK to court. He's in the wedding industry, and this was on Thursday gone. I'm not too sure how it went, but taking him on court for about the lockdown. But it's about the industry he's in. So he's talking about challenging only 15 people can go to weddings, and he wants that gone. So I wish him the best of luck. I hope he's done well. We'll have to try and find out a bit more information on how he did there. But yeah, it's taking the government to court. But there's a lot of people now taking the government to court, and it's not being put in the media. Also, these official figures of 1,400 from the CDC wasn't put. I don't think has been put in the mainstream media because it doesn't suit the narrative. But it's from the CDC official stats. Now a lot of websites and stuff have been taken down because a lot of people have been speaking their truth, and social media like YouTube, Facebook, they've been taking down people completely off Facebook. I've got to admit, I've got to be kind of careful what I say and all, even though my channel is a small channel, and these channels that have been taken off, they are massive channels, but at the same time they're clamping down on a lot of people. But we will see what happens. But I think that's all I've got for you guys today. But yeah, this quote, we have to go back again. You know, it is the first responsibility of every citizen to question authority, and we should. You know, truth is truth. All this fear, it just goes against, it goes against the principle of what is truth. You know, what is the truth? What is the truth? The Barrington Declaration. I've been told there are now 15,000 doctors around the world and scientists that have signed up to it, saying that these lockdowns is not right. It's not right, and yet Matt Hancock has poo-pooed on it. Who's got no no doctor's qualifications or anything like that, you know. So it's not right, and within my heart, I feel this is not right. But now the evidence is coming in all around the world, and all these governments did the same thing. They're talking off the same hymn sheet. It's ridiculous. Listen to the news in New Zealand, Australia, Africa, China, India. They are all saying the same thing, and it's all fair, 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 project fair. As a martial artist, we put fear into our opponents. So we hit them, we give them pain, they're not going to come back with that same thing. And it's the same principle of what they're using on the public of today. So guys, do not be fearful. It's more, it's on the same part as a cold, and the evidence is out there, but they are clamping down on people that are speaking the truth. These doctors that are coming out now and nurses, they are clamping down on them because it goes against the narrative. But truth is truth. Respect to the guys in London that did their protests in Soho. Hundreds, thousands of people, sorry, turned up in the middle of London, and they were protesting. They're fighting for our freedoms. We've got to fight for our freedoms, and we've got to stand up. We have to, or we will have nothing. Our children will have nothing. They'll have to be in masks for the rest of their lives because they've got no intention of going back to normal. They have no intention. But you know what? This is an opportunity for us now to not go back to, we would say, the normal, but now to raise our games as citizens, raise our game, and now hold these governments to account. Because to be honest, it's our fault for sitting back. Me personally, I was not into politics, don't like it. I want to go to sleep every time I hear it. But now they've infringed on our liberties and so forth. I'm all ears now. I'm all ears now. And I've got a very good understanding of what's going on in this country and around the world, because now I've tuned in. We can't allow this to happen again. More people are coming up that want to stand independently from these politicians. Yeah. I forgot to say. Oh, I forgot to say. There was just one other piece of news. Oh my word. This is about the politicians. Oh, here we go, here we go. Let me see. The politicians. How can I forget? Okay, right. So, the IPSA, they are is responsible for the salaries of MPs. This one, we'll end on this one. All right. The IPSA is set to authorise a 4.1% pay increase for MPs, taking their salaries up about £3,360 from £81,932 to over £85,000, which means a newly elected MP with a couple of years out of university with no experience immediately will be in the top 2% of earners. They've given themselves a pay rise. Unemployment is surging by thousands every day. Millions of furlough workers are facing a 33% cut in already low income. MPs are not, well, the MPs are clearly not in this together with us. There is no performance related aspects to MPs' pay. All they just have to do at the moment now is turn up, vote in person, or drop a Zoom call. Whatever happens, they get paid, and they get a pay rise. Unlike the rest of us, it's disgusting. They've given themselves a massive pay rise, and they've got the cheek to say they're in it with us. They're in it with us together. We're in this together. Sure, we're in this together. These guys, I'm sorry, they're criminals. We want them out. All of them. We want them out. Or I want them out. I should speak for myself. Right? But then there's a lot of other voices that say we want them out. You know, we want people that's going to represent us, and it's going to happen. We're not going back to the new norm. We accept that, but we're going back to a better society where we're going to have people that will represent us and represent what we're for. Yeah, we're about families. We're about growing our businesses. We're about health. We're gonna these pharmaceutical companies, they've got to go. They've got to go. They're too powerful. But I can hear myself going on another rant, so I'm not going to go in for that. But yeah, I nearly forgot about that one. But no, yeah, they're giving themselves a pay rise. So if that doesn't make you sick, nothing will. And we, you know, it's not right. You know, it's not right. They should take a pay cut like everyone else. You know, take a pay cut, and they're not even listening to the people. So they get into power, and they forget about what they say they're going to do for the people. We've had enough of that. Yeah, and I'm hearing of so many people that are standing for elections now that want to represent the people. I think enough of this left, right wing, and so forth. It's about people. It's about getting the job done and being true to ourselves, not lying and saying you're going to do one thing, you're going to do another. But I'm starting to waffle now, so I better cut this now. So, but guys, thank you very much for coming to my quote of the week. It's a fantastic quote. And yeah, guys, I will catch you next week. Take care. Stay blessed.